one of the highest ratings so far just in the South America bracket, and definitely keep your eyes out for her.
That we will. We are getting into this map, and in fact, we do maybe have a little bit of time. No, there we go. It's going to be getting underway, and FURIA starting on that CT side. You can see there's a bit of utility coming out from the T's. A couple of smokes there. I think that indicates perhaps A play, the double smoke setup.
Yeah, quite indicative of that, and as you can tell, they are heading towards there immediately. If you just look at the CT side of things for FURIA, it's just going to be Mari, who's the newest addition to this roster, just holding the line. It's more of a heavy B lean for the CTs, but for QSE, they've got all the points in place. The execute's about to come in, and Mari, she's going to have to hold the line.
These smokes getting lined up now. I'm going to see that one flying out. That's actually heading towards CT, so it's going to block off any rotations coming through there. It's just going to be Mari initially. We can see another player coming in through short as that smoke comes down. T's now, they're going to be streaming out, but there's a quick dink and taking down Car immediately. Mari sitting here tucked at the boxes. She'll have a chance to maybe swing out here, and the T's aren't going to give her any heads to begin with. When that bomb down, there is a kit in play on Izza, so this retake can take a little bit of time to put together. There are still 5 T's to find. And with Mari getting dinked down, they're going to push forward. That's the first one coming through onto Anna, and then a second for Olga, just finding them without any issues there. Babs and La left alone. Just find the first, and then gets tagged out. It's just Babs left now. The 1v2, the bomb is not planted for her. The kit in play, and Gabby finds the kill, so the retake, it looked a little scary at first, but FURIA, they come through clean as you like it.
Yeah, played really well there on the side of FURIA as well. I think you alluded to it just in your play-by-play. Literally, the defuse kit, it was a big factor here, and it means that they can just rotate all in. The flashbang of Izza was perfect, and it's just absolute domination. FURIA starting the match as they mean to set on. Car immediately eliminating the player over towards his middle position as well. QSE, they found the bomb plant and success over towards long. It looks to be more of the same here, with Mari holding the line with the MP9. She's got a lot to say about it.
Yeah, she's going to get away with one, which is pretty nice. Babs gets a dink off on Car, but down to 1 HP, doesn't quite do it. The Deagle, such a long range on Dust2. It's a map with such insane angles. Well, there's the one dig. There it comes through. Mari going to get traded out as well. So it's a 2-on-3 now. No armor in play, and well, now it's just a 1-on-3. Shame that kill didn't come through onto Car, because that would have made this a little bit more doable. And Bab, she's going to fire off some shots here. With that smoke fading, her chance of getting that bomb down is very low, and she's going to go down. Interesting. So the bomb went down then, Brandon, and they didn't opt to actually force off that, which is something you quite often see on second rounds, wouldn't you say?
I mean, it's a real toss-up, because if you invest in that round, you're working with just quite inferior weaponry. I mean, you can get a couple of Galils on the board, the SMGs, but I quite like it from QSE. You're saving, you're allowing yourself to have these AKs, but more importantly, the utility. It's such a prevalent factor here on Dust2. You can already see it just being in full effect. Izza just holding the line as well with Olga. It's a 3-woman stack all the way over towards this long position. Insane. Her vision's completely obscured, and now QSE, they're going to have to just revert their attention over towards this short position. Car, she's got to be careful not to be tested with this scout, or she will actually lose her life. So it's the early woman advantage here for QSE into round number 3.
And it's just Gabby left all alone. She's going to swing out and go for the spray. It looks like it's going to be good, but doesn't find any in the end. Just too many T's to take, and a perfect mid-take here from QSE as they smoke off CT. Once they find that scout player, that stack there towards long, it really sort of backfires on them. And now Catty, she's posted up close here. She finds one. And Izza is kind of stuck in here at CT, so there's a chance if they wanted to, they could go hunting. They've got all 5 alive now. So they do have the money to spend here. Mari does find 2, in fact, on the duels there. So I think the T is going to be happy with what they've found. Just the 1 rifle that's going to be able to be taken over on the CTs as well. So quite a good response here from the T's on their first buy round.
100%. You can see the early tendencies that QSC are actually trying to set. Long control, it's a given. It's what they want to establish early. But really heads up, just reactive play. They just knew that there was so much utility just coming in over towards this long position and immediately taking the fight in towards middle and then just capitalizing upon it. All of them just grouped up immediately, and it was just so useful, and it just really benefits off it. Keeping so many players alive as well, it's only going to build the economy further.
Yeah, interestingly, yeah, we can see that FURIA are going to opt to force off this as well. They've actually managed to get up rifles across the board, except for the car who's on that scout. And it's going to be Izza finding the first, just spamming through the smoke at B. Gets a freebie. And Car playing sentry here. Playing around. There is a couple of players up towards mid, so if she gets the right timing, she could find something here. She has no armor behind the scout as well, so that's another ailment of this low buy. Does get the tag onto Insane though, and manages to get away without getting tagged. Olga playing around the smoke and short, throws the nade down. But it's just glimpses of each other that are going back and forth. That's a juicy nade onto Olga. She's not going to be happy with that one. Falls all the way back to CT actually, dropping all the way down. Exchange a bit of weaponry here. Let's see, they do look like they might be going to A in the end.
Yeah, you can see them grouping up over towards short, and off the back of long control just being gathered mid-round by FURIA, it's allowed this rotation to come in. The scout, it's once again posted. Olga's over towards Car, and she might be the first point of contact. The smokes, it's going to give away the intentions of QSC. Lots of utility being lined up, and they're just going to burst in. Olga with the scout, she can't connect the dots just yet. And there are so many players, I think, for FURIA, just a couple, just rotating away on an island. They're so far apart, but the delay in the bomb means that they can close the gap just slightly. It will be Car with this M4, but she gets immediately eliminated. Insane writes her name onto the scoreboard, and suddenly this is looking increasingly more difficult for FURIA. I think there's a kit on the board to work with as well, so they need to move fast.
They're running out of time. Mari's going to find Insane. She has pushed up, so this bomb, it's not planted for them, but with her going down now, it's just Babs left. She swings out and gets the one, and is there going to be enough time? There should be just enough to get this defuse. It looked for a moment there like all is lost, but Izza, she finds 4. Mari finds the other, and yeah, in the nick of time, they managed to pull off that retake. It all looked like it was about to fall apart, but somehow they managed to bring it out and secure the round.
Yeah, all the pieces were in place for QSC. They had the bomb down, they had the afterplants, they even had the women advantages as well, but it just all kind of fell apart. FURIA completely collapsed in upon them. The trade spacing was absolutely perfect. Not that they even needed it, just winning out the individual gunfights was the key to success. And FURIA just continued to strengthen their CT side early. Once again, it's this long focus off the back of the limited weaponry. This MP9 is going to come in and just find all of the impact. Insane. She's just hunting on this off angle though, so we'll just bring the damages down just a little bit. But Olga is just continuing her domination even through the smoke. She doesn't even to see her enemies. 2 versus 4, and it's all falling apart on this partial investment for QSE.
The last 2 players do have some armor behind them, so there is still a chance here. Obviously, they're not fully invested into this. The Molly has found 1 player there, but she's smoked off. You can tuck in, and Olga's just going to hold sentry up here. They're not getting into long without having to deal with her. She's been happy to deal with them. And now Clara is pushed all the way up into top mid in the perfect position to catch this rotate, but actually whiffs the spray there. Only finds the 1. So Anna is able to trade out. Just with this MP9, it's a long-range engagement. She can upgrade to the M4, though. And she's got a bit of time here, Brandon. She might be able to pull something off here. But not with that dink coming through the door. Gabby finds her in the end, and it was only a half buy. So QSE are going to, for the most part, have a full buy coming through here. And Babs, she's finally picked up that T-side AWP as well. In fact, that's going to be the first AWP we've seen so far.
Yeah, 100%. It's going to be uncontested as well. FURIA just elected just to keep the weaponry. Obviously, they kept 3 players alive there, and Mario will even be on this MP9 still, but having the only sniper just in this round, Babs, she's going to need to find an opportunity just to elevate QSC early into round number 6. And you take a look at the minimap. Once again, FURIA established a lot of control over towards long and maybe pushing the issue in towards middle here.
Yeah, it looks like they want to maybe contest this, but it's actually going to be Mari that contests first. She goes forward for the info play, and with an MP9, manages to actually drop the bomb there. That Molly going to keep them a bit off, but oh, they actually push her in front of it, and Anna finds one. So the trade comes through. Oh, they're stuck in the doorway. It's awkward, but Mari with the MP9, it's not the gun for the job. Upgrades it to the M4. They're into the 4-on-4 now. Slow down a little bit. Is likely the next one to be tested here.
Yeah, she is. Flying colors, yeah, 100%. Insane just gets immediately eliminated. And now the rest of QSC are just straggled and just all they're collected in mid. So that's a silver lining for them. But short control looks to be the next point of contention. And FURIA, they've rotated all the way over. So it's actually going to be a free bit of space gathered by these Ts. Utility being lined up once again. And tell you what, with only 30 seconds on the clock, Lucy, this is definitely going to have to be this A commit.
Yeah, and like you said, it's going to be uncontested for the most part. You can see Mari, she's posted all the way down deep long. And this bomb plant likely going to be going for short because that's where the control is. Babs is going to be the first point of contact here. You can see Olga is slowly making her way up. She's got a teammate now with her. Anna's actually going to get the first kill elsewhere, but it's going to be Babs that gets jiggled on. She goes down, and then Caddy, she's left all alone. 3 players to find. And they're going to be coming from 2 different angles. The jump up, the molly, everything coming her way, and it's just a bit too much. FURIA looking very solid in this retakes. They've kept 3 players alive, and they pick up that AWP.
Yeah, so important. A free AWP doesn't need to commit a heavy investment. And FURIA, incredibly good on these retakes, just suffocating out the space with the utility. Flames dropped at the foot of Goose, and immediately you're going to have a 2-pronged crossfire just on that position. And that's something they've done very well throughout this series so far. It's just QSC have done a really good job at getting into the bomb site. But I feel like also that's just an essence of the flavor of the CT setups we've seen from FURIA. They're allowing the space to come in because they are so confident in the fact that they can just rely on these retakes. And Izza, she just sprays down through the smoke. She's completely blind, can't see any of them, and just gets 3 headshots.
An incredible spray down, completely blind. You absolutely love to see it, just the crosshair placement and spray control on point. These are armored opponents too, so, you know, they work clean on the head. Very impressive. And now, just a matter of protocol as these last players get cleaned up. 6-1 on the board for FURIA. Their economy looking very good. QSC playing quite conservatively, it feels, with the bank. You know, they're opting for a lot of these half buys when maybe they could go for a bit more of a full investment with lighter utility. Perhaps just respecting the caliber of opponent they're up against, wanting to go with everything that they can.
Yes, potential. But once again, maybe it could be a change of pace here. QSC, they're just aggressing over towards long. But I tell you what, look at the flip side, Lucy. Immediately, Mari, she's gone for a walk all the way over towards tunnels. A lot of aggression, but also a lot of information gained for FURIA. You can already see it on the rotations. Car can be posting this AWP with the perfect opportunity. And QSC, it's completely telegraphed where they're going to go. Completely funneled into this A bomb site. And it's going to be incredibly difficult for them to crack it open.
Anna's actually just going to be walking up here. We'll see if those smokes come down or if they're going to go for a contact play, perhaps hoping to catch someone off guard. You can see those smokes coming in now. Card's going to play behind the one that she's dropped for herself, using it as a bit of a cheeky one-way, but the T's are fast approaching. She's going to have to drop that molly. Manages to throw it down. She's in close quarters here. Gets a leg off onto Anna, taking it down to 1 HP with the AWP. You don't see that every day. She's going to be falling back. Insane's actually going to find the first one to Mari, and Lee chimes in as well, so that's Olga going down. It's now 3-on-5. Hart, she's got the right positioning here. Is this going to find the first, though? All of these Ts, 3 of them sort of grouped up on the bomb site. The CTs, a bit more spread out, but it's going to be Kashi leans out to go for the swing and gets caught off. The trade comes through in the form of a molly. Catty, she's posted so deep, though. It's going to be critical, her position. Anna finding a kill with 1 HP as well. And now it's just Gabby left alone. They can't quite do enough damage to take these players down. And that's going to be a second now on the board for QSC. And they keep 3 players alive, bring that AWP over, getting themselves maybe a little bit more confidently back into this game.
Yeah, forget what I said. A bomb site, easy as you like. And FURIA, something interesting that they did is they tried to take and go for a quick flank in towards middle. There were 2 players initially, but QSC, they did a really good job of just holding the line, very cognizant of the fact that they could be this flanking player. Meanwhile, the rest of the team just grouped up on long, executed when they were really close to the choke point, which meant that they could cross for free, which is so important because it enabled them to get on the bomb site relatively uncontested. Also, a factor to consider potentially is that smoke dropped by the AWP of Car. Could that have been a factor? But nevertheless, QSC, they will pick up the round. It's a lot more of a slower approach, maybe off the back of the fact that they've just realized that FURIA have been aggressive over towards this tunnel's position, and they're just waiting to see if they can find any early advantages.
Yeah, I think you're right. Initially, at the very start of the round, for the first 30 seconds or so, they had 2 players posted in backyard looking towards the B uppers there. So definitely wary of this info play. Car posted up here. All the timing, she falls back just as they're about to peek. She's going to get a second chance for a kill here as the jiggle comes through, but she actually only gets the leg off. So Insane going to get a bit of info for a bit of a sore leg. Going to fall back. Katie, look at these players in towards the upper tunnel, so close. If she just walks any closer, she might get a nasty surprise, but it's actually going to be A where this bomb is going. There's 30 seconds left. Car is the one that's going to be tested here. There's also a second player on long with her. So there's a good position here for the retake. We've seen FURIA enjoy playing these. No one going down so far. 5v5. Gonna be maybe Mary here looking to be at the first. No, it's actually Car that gets taken down by Anna. So missing an AWP shot, and Anna gets the kill from a long range. Olga now getting a bit of info here. Izza's going to get the kill onto the AWP player. Gets a second as well. So now it's just Lee left all alone. Not able to get the spray at long distance. And that 5v5 retake quickly devolves into a bit of an unfortunate round for QSC. Not only taking down the one player.
Yeah, it's just a case of old as time, really. It's FURIA. They don't mind the retake. It's a 5 versus 5, and QSC, they're quite spread out once again. Yes, they've got 2 players over towards short, but they're isolated. They're not really on that angle. Issa does incredibly well just to continue the spray and just eliminate both of the threats there. But QSC seems to be seemingly the makers of their undoing. It's 3 rounds in a row now where they've been able to get short control. They've been able to find the success with the execute. Oh, things just go from bad to worse with Lee burning alive, but they're doing everything right. It's just the final step.
And it's going to be the B site they decide to take. They've not had too much luck on A outside of those 2 rounds, and B, it's not looking like it's going to be too much different so far. Olga just on this angle like a turret, mowing down the first 2 players as they try an entry. And before you even know it, it's just Babs and Catty all alone with everything to do. That bomb has been dropped in the site, so going to be a difficult one if they want to make it happen. And on the FURIA side, Issa 16 for 2 at the moment.
Yeah, she's doing absolutely unbelievable, Lucy. I mean, what more could you ask for? And I'll tell you what's been interesting as well, just the duality of it, because Car, she's been hitting some AWP shots, but she hasn't actually been converting the kill. Been a lot of legs, been a lot of just half glances. I think there's been a number of just scenarios where it seems like she gets the player down to such low HP, but Izza's just bailing them out of trouble time and time again. All the individuals are stepping up for FURIA here, and if you take a look on the right-hand side of your screen, you look at the money for QSC. Despite the bomb plants, they have been investing, and the money, it's finally worn a little bit thin. FURIA keeping 5 alive here. It's really strengthening just their complete domination and control over the game.
Yeah, and off the back of this, you can see the 2 tiers are going to have to save this. Not much of a choice there when the bomb is in the clutches of the enemy. That's going to be FURIA already in 10 rounds, securing the victory, the round half victory. Well, that's not the sentence. Securing the round half for themselves. And now we're going to see a bit of a pause come in. Maybe QSC evaluating their options. That money, a little bit awkward. Obviously, 2 players saved, don't get anything extra. That mow down from Olga, lovely there. The other 3 players can buy into this, so I wouldn't expect anything less. We see an AK coming out onto Lee now. Maybe a Galil has to end up on Insane, depending how much utility they want.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, they're having the success when they're putting early utility down towards long, and then just executing with the one-way smoke over towards short. It's allowing them to cross into towards the bomb site, and that's been the one staple that's been consistent for QSE, is when they take mid control effectively, they're just able to just exploit all of this control. And look at this once again, aggression from FURIA so early on. Izza just going to be baited into the angle by Cars AWP. There's currently no one there. Instead, it's Catty just kind of holding the line. How far is she going to go? Oh, it's going to be absolutely beautiful. She completely eliminates the threat, and it's all a bit of a ruse here because the rest of her team are grouped up outside towards long. But FURIA, more importantly, they've currently got middle. They've also got 2 snipers, Lucy, so they can just engage just the maximum distance possible.
Looks like it's going to be mid that's going to be the point of contention here. He's announcing their presence, but Olga, she's going to swing out wide and find 2. That flashbang just fully blinding them. Finds another as well, just picking them out of the air like nothing else. It's actually going to be Mari that finds that 4th one there. And now Anna left all alone. Olga just coming through and completely suffocating them in mid. The timing, everything there. She is going to go down eventually, but only a matter of time before she's traded out. And it looked like a really good opening there from QSE, right? They find the kill in upper B. It's a 4v5, but Olga will get to see it again. Self-flash as well to find those 2 kills. Beautifully executed.
Yeah, it's absolutely perfect. And it's a condition that QSE have set, just allows Olga just an opportunity. The flashbang just enables the advantage even further. We're seeing it once again. FURIA's aggression and Olga just continuing her domination. A spray down against this partial investment, doing all the damage up towards middle. FURIA want to secure double digits, and they want to take the fight straight to QSE.
Yeah, that's just going to be Catty and Annie now, left alone. Bit of armor, but just the pistols, and Olga, she is not stopping. This is typical FURIA fashion. Doesn't matter if it's the men's or the women's team. They are holding W and they are coming at you. That's now going to be 10 on the board for FURIA. QSE on their map pick with just the 2. Still a few rounds left, but you probably want to be taking a few more rounds into your CT half.
Yeah, I think that's an understatement, Lucy. I think, yeah, if you're QSE, I don't think you'd be too happy with the scoreline that you're currently presented with. But they are going to reinvest into this. Car can just scope up on the line. And for QSE, there needs to be a difference maker here. They did have some success early where they contact walked in, but with a double sniper setup already holding on to this position, it doesn't feel great.
Double Orcs holding the line. They're about to walk into the firing squad here. If one doesn't miss, then the other one definitely is going to hit. So Gavi gets the first on that player jumping into pit. They might not be ready for the second AWP either. That flash actually catching both off. But the swing out, she gets the collat. She finds 2. Gavi gets a collat as well. It's a double collat from both of the snipers. If you want to go into long, you are not going to get past these 2. Holding the line with the AWP. That's only 3 bullets to find all 5 kills.
Okay, that's absolutely ridiculous for they're really putting on a show for us. We highlighted them as being one of the strongest teams in South America, and they're really proving why. But that's just absolutely outrageous. Double collats, literally in the same round within the space of a few seconds. Gabby, she's further extending the advantage. QSE scraping the bottom of the barrel, the investment, the Tech 9 is actually going to find a success over towards short, but then Car transitioning in from long. Utility, it can be dropped, and then the rifles can rotate in. Things are going from bad to worse for QSE.
The confidence that FURIA are playing with now, you can see it in the way they're going for these picks. Another leg coming through, these sniper rifles, because they don't take you down straight away. They definitely injure you. Before I can finish the sentence, that's 3 players that go down. 12-2, we're going into the last round of the half here. QSE on their map pick. Not having the best time against FURIA. They are going to have a full buy going into their last round. We'll see if they decide to change anything up. It does look like a few players maybe looking towards B. That bomb not going anywhere immediately, though, so it won't be a super fast play if it is going there. Might just be looking to get a bit of control here and just try and hold off some of this FURIA aggression.
Yeah, I think they've seen as well a few rounds that FURIA like to push this upper tunnels, and it seems that the CTs might have a read on this. 3 women lean already towards this B bomb site, with Mary taking a lot of control already over towards long. It's really going to limit the options that QSC have, so instead they go searching towards this middle position. It's actually going to be established based on the gap that's exploited due to the 3-woman defense, but it's the old reliable Lucy. Once again, it looks to be maybe this short hit, and it's going to need to find success for QSC. Obviously, 12-2, it's not the scoreline that you really want, and a 3rd round on the board is absolutely crucial, and this is their map pick. And we said they needed to find this map if we wanted to see free, and it doesn't look to be the case.
No, we're going to see if they can put on a show in this last round. They've actually only got the 1 AWP on FURIA this time. They opted to drop 1, so they only have to contest the 1 sniper instead of the 2, so less chance of those double collats, although Car is going to be the first one to get tested. She's holding the line here, finds the body of Insane. Does go down though. Babs gets the trade. Gabby posts up really close here. She's going to catch the timing. Finds Anna. She does get traded up by Babs again, who's found 2 so far in this round. It's a 3-on-3 retake. Lee posted up deep, has the flank, but they're not coming through that way. They're both coming through CT. Last player out towards long. Babs finds her 3rd. She just cannot be stopped. She's finding all the kills for QSC right now. Izza eventually finds her. There's a flashbang getting set up here. The bomb is planted for them. Katie Cuddy swings out, finds the first. Izza all alone. She's got 20 kills so far though, so I don't doubt she can find the slash. She's going hunting. Lee, she's ducking down, and she actually finds her. It's going to be 4th for FURIA and for QSC, and we're going to go to a short break, and then we'll be back for the second half of this map. And welcome back, everybody, to the second half of Dust2. It is FURIA taking on QSE. And Brandon, a bit of a dominant first half from FURIA, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, that's a really good way to describe it. Yeah, Lisa, you're completely right. FURIA have run rings around QSE for the majority of this first half, and look, we saw flashes of brilliance for QSE. They did a really good job just taking the space, and they were really just aware that, okay, look, this is the precedent we're going to set. We're going to take long control early, and that's going to bring FURIA's defenses just to this side of the map, and then we can exploit the gap that's going to be left in towards shore. And they did that for the most part. When they did execute onto the bomb site, they found success, and they were able to get this bomb down in multiple scenarios. But the issue really comes in when the afterplant is down. There hasn't actually been much contact throughout the server just during this entire time. So FURIA have got their entire defense. They haven't expended too much utility because the only presence on the map has really been felt over towards long. So they've got the utility just to flush out, and the retakes were always super stellar. But QSE, it all begins with the pistol, and the foundations, they really need to come in now.
Yeah, if they want to mount a bit of a comeback, they're going to have to secure this pistol, or the road will grow ever longer. It looks like FURIA, they're not going to slow down with this momentum. Bit of a lean towards B from the start. You can see it's a bit of a default spread here from the CTs. 2-1-2 across the map, looking for contact. Everyone taking their time here. The T's not going too crazy. They're just looking for info. Anna's going to get the first bit of info about the T's. Spots 3. She's got to be careful here. Falls back, and it looks like it's going to be an A crunch now. Let's see. Lining up this utility. Smoke's coming out to enable the cross. Lee is going to be here. She's going to fall back with her comrade in arms towards long here, but it's going to be the same time that they swing out. Katie is able to find one of them. So it's even trade so far, but the bomb is going to get a free plant now, and it's going to be a retake for QSE.
Yeah, so important for Car just to stay alive here, because she keeps Catty's attention all the way in. It means FURIA can just get the bomb down, and look, there's so much time. It's potentially being wasted trying to flush out this long player. Anna, she's going to come in on the flank and will secure the kill. So now it's a woman advantage in the favor of QSE, but look at FURIA. Oh, in fact, it's going to be a team flash, and that's just going to enable FURIA just to get all these kills on towards the bomb site. It's Catty just left alone, but she's hitting the connections as well. It's a 1 versus 1, and she won't land it. Mary, the new girl on the block for FURIA, locks in round number 13.
A very valiant effort, don't get me wrong, but I think even if she finds that last kill, the retake just came in a little bit too slow, and I think part of that comes down to what you highlighted with Car. She was just keeping them occupied at long. So it does manage to secure this pistol round for FURIA. Just 3 rounds is all they need now to secure the first map. And 3 rounds is all they have on QSE. They're actually going to rush up top mid, and Overwhelm is finding one. And it's going to be a second overall. Car goes down 2. That scout not able to contest here. Olga, though, with the trusty Mac 10. Finds a couple. Finds a third for her troubles. Farming up Cash here. A little bit of a difficult one there through the door against the rifle that Anna's picked up. The bomb, meanwhile, planted on the B side, by the way. So Olga just playing with her food. Probably looking to maybe get a bit of extra cash.
Line it up. Mac 10, $600 a kill. It'd be quite nice, but she's tagged down so low, and QSE trying to give FURIA a taste of their own medicine in towards middle, but once again the attention just completely diverted, and the bomb gets planted on B, and now immediately FURIA, they're just 2 rounds away from taking QSE's map pick away from them.
I've never seen a Mac 10 manage to get that many reloads off in a single round. I think she went through like 3.5 clips then. So good job from Olga just keeping them occupied while the plant goes out. I mean, it was always going to be a long shot. It was just a eco buy with a couple of pistols from QSE. Now their backs are against the wall. They've got the full buy coming out. Greeted on the other side by the same. First kill actually going the way of the CTs. That's going to be Gabby going down. Olga now. Looking around looking for something. The QSE, they have a lot to do here, and this is a good start finding that first kill.
Yeah, it's not too bad at all, and long control's also been gathered, which will enable a rotation away. Babs, she's holding the line over towards middle too, so Lee, it's now her turn. Already found success before, but she's going to need to do even better. Cassie with the rotation coming in. The Molotov, it just doesn't quite hit the mark, and Lee, she just completely mows them down. Mary, she's done a great job so far this map, but unfortunately can't get it over the line. In QSE, the guns, they come out to play. And finally, signs of life.
Yeah, great round. Only losing the one player, and that's the second time we've seen a player get a lovely spray down from that position deep in the B site. We saw Olga do it earlier, and Lee showing what she can do with that M4. FURIA, I guess they've got a lot of rounds to work with here, so they've opted for the force up. We've got the AK out on Gabby. They are grouped up outside of A long, no one towards B at the moment. So it does look like maybe they aren't too interested in that side of the map at the moment. What they opt to do here is they're looking to take mid control for now.
It's really asserting themselves over towards this short position, and it's currently uncontested. So FURIA get a piece of map control for free. And Anna, she's holding the line over towards Car. But with this utility about to be put into full effect, her vision's going to be completely obscured. And I tell you what, with a minute on the board, FURIA, they don't even have to elect to go for this execute if they don't want to. But maybe one of the smokes just... No, not missing at all. Oh, they're going to drop down into CT potentially. That would have been a really good idea. But instead, the MAC-10 just going to go hunting over towards Anna. And... I'll tell you what, Lucy, what FURIA are doing really well is they're just sending a couple of decoys on recon missions, and it just allows the attention of the CTs just to be diverted. But with all the kills, they're just coming in FURIA's angle. Catty, she's just left alive, wondering what's going on. This round is completely fallen apart for QSE based on the space that FURIA have been allowed to gather.
Just like that, they're just swarmed and overwhelmed. Two players just going down along, and then another falling towards CT. It's just the numbers advantage. FURIA just so quick on these trades, catching these players off guard. The peaks, those headshots, clean as you like it. A scout headshot and a deagle headshot coming in. So crisp aim. You can see why these girls are the #1 team in South America. Putting on an absolute show for us here tonight as they've now taken us to map point. QSE got a lot to do here with very little to do it with.
Yeah, and once again, that's just all based off the space that MAC-10 gave, just getting Anna completely off the line. She wasn't sure how many players were actually in that short aggression. In fact, it was all of the FURIA assault. And you're right, this buy, they favored the weaponry over the utility. And Anna, she's going to take the fight straight to FURIA. Oh, but Issa, she's been so dominant throughout this entire map. 21 kills. She once again decapitates Anna. Early woman advantage. Now FURIA, they're just 4 kills away from converting the map.
Ither and Olga, just this duo has just been taking heads left, right, and center. And it's going to be Lee trying to take a head, but she gets traded out. And Cuddy coming in trying to help her teammate, but Gabby just holds her ground and finds both. Suddenly, just the 2 players left. But she's in the right position, finds one, almost able to readjust. If she'd found that kill, I might have stopped believing, but insane. She's going to have to double her kill count if she wants to take us any further in this series. But no, she is going to go down. We're going to see the happy faces of FURIA as they take the map pick of QSE here on Dust2.
Yeah, cool, calm, and collected. Oh, the FURIA girls. And it looks like